Hello everyone, welcome back with one more session, and it is going to be very specific session, very special session for your BITSAT preparation, because we are going to discuss today some questions, and those questions will be based on what? Those questions will be based on your relative pronoun. You know that relative pronoun is a part of grammar, and grammar is important topic. So today we are not going to discuss any theory, but we are going to discuss a specific point, going to do some questions, going to do some questions and then discussion. So without delay, let's begin. First is choose the correct relative pronoun to complete these sentences. So the person, where, which, whose, who. So instead of reading complete sentence, you can answer quickly because it is about the person and therefore it should be who. So the person who called you is waiting outside. Now, what is the strategy and how should we understand? Remember, when it is person, it should be who. When it is object, it should be which and that. And if it is not subject but object, then whom. If it is subject, then who. Okay, so here you have four options if you want to understand in detail. Then where means place, and therefore where cannot be used because person is, the person means human being. Which is not used for human being, it is used for object, therefore which cannot be used. Whose is used to create relation. So remember, there will be always noun after whose, and therefore it cannot be accepted. And then who, as it is the answer because it is person, and therefore D is the answer. That's a restaurant. So here restaurant is object, and remember, if it is object, then it can be in which, it can be where, it can be that, it can be which. All right, so based on option you have to decide. Here you have which, whose and where. It's mean who cannot be answered, at least B. So that the restaurant we had dinner last night. So here it is talking about place, right? Because it is talking about we had dinner last night, means the place where we had dinner. Therefore it should be where, and hence which and who's out. Remember, after restaurant, if it is blank and then one more noun like whose food, whose dish, whose taste. So if these are the words are used after it, then it should be whose restaurant, whose dinner, whose taste, whose facilities can be used. And you know that who is for the person, therefore who cannot be used, which means specific object, but here it is intention is location, and therefore it should be where, and therefore D is the answer. Now, she found the wallet she lost last week. She found the wallet. So wallet means here object, right? So where is used for location, therefore where cannot be used. Who is for human being, therefore who cannot be used. Which can be used, whose can be used. Again, remember, wherever there is whose, there should be one more noun after whose, and therefore whose out, which will be the answer. So answer is C. She found the wallet which she lost last week. I know a scientist dash invention change the world. So here, because it is invention, right? Because it is invention, and therefore whose invention. Okay, which invention means that invention, and therefore that invention cannot be used. Where means location, therefore it cannot be used. Who is for person. I know a scientist who invention, no, because after who there should be verb. Therefore who invented, and that changed the world. So therefore this part out, it's mean whose invention will be the correct answer. So which cannot be used. Why? Because it is for object, it is scientist, a person, therefore which not. Where is for location, therefore who means yeah, it is possible, but after who there will be verb, therefore who cannot be used, and hence you are left with C, whose. Now the final question we are going to do. So it says the book dash you gave me is very interesting. So the book that you gave me, the book which you gave me is possible. Whose, again after whose there should be object, therefore it cannot be used. Then where means location, therefore it cannot be used. As you know, who is for human being, therefore it cannot be used, and hence which is the answer. So let it be this much question for today. But remember, every day at 9 o'clock, we appear before you to discuss about BITSAT preparation strategy, BITSAT questions, BITSAT mock test, BITSAT test, and what is or what career is after BITSAT. So there are a lot of discussions that take place, and we pick some questions that are asked by students, asked by you, and then we ask from our experts. So every Monday and Thursday, our two experts, one is Atul Verma from IIT Delhi and one is Aditya Shankar, founder of Masterclass Space, who appears in front of you to answer your questions, and they discuss about your all these strategies. So if you have any question, do join 9 o'clock every day, live discussion, and ask your question. If you are searching for any crash course, our crash course is going on, you can opt for. And if you want test series, yes, our test series is quite quite fruitful or quite challenging, because it was made by Bitsians for Bitsians. So this BitSat is very very close to real exam. So you can do our mock test. To purchase mock test, you can visit our website masterclassspace.com. So this is all for today. Catch you in next session to discuss about. And tomorrow we will discuss one short mock test, and that will be mix of BitSat test paper. All right. So let it be this much for today. Have a good time. See you tomorrow.